The reason I say Shaytaan will hate you if you watch this video is because I'm going to explain three concepts that are going to expose his sneaky little tricks that he's using on you that is ruining your potential to be a productive Muslim. He's using these tricks on you to make you procrastinate. I used to be a huge procrastinator. Alhamdulillah, now I'm not. And if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that there is no such thing as procrastination. There is only shaitan. The first concept to explain this is that all negative emotions come from shaitan. All of them. Shame, fear, doubt, low self esteem, sadness, all of it, all of it. For example, let's say when you sin, how unworthy do you feel? Like, I know there's that thought in your mind, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy to even make dua to Allah to forgive me. How does that tie into procrastination? Because when you feel ashamed after you do something wrong, after you displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Sometimes you lose hope in yourself. Not even Allah, it's just hopelessness for yourself. Deep down, that's not even you talking. Deep down, those thoughts of despair isn't really even you. It's shaitan. That's shaitan working his master plan. And what you end up doing without realizing is that you take shaitan's whispers and believe them to be your own thoughts. So, for example, in this case, after you sin, I'm sure you've still made tawbah, but a moment before, you truly felt hopeless for a second, right? Like you messed up, you've sinned, there's no point of continuing these good deeds that you're trying to do. There's no point of making dua because you feel ashamed, you feel unworthy, right? That's the whole trick. And it's the same exact thought process that happens when you try to be productive, when you try to adopt a good habit. You might not be as consistent as you want, and so you take that as a fail. You mess up once and then go, well, yeah, I've messed up, so might as well quit. There's a quote by Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah, and he says that sadness weakens the heart and weakens your determination to move forward. There is nothing that shaitan loves more than the sadness of a believer. Do you understand? Okay, like, yes, video games or social media might not be bad, but when you use it to procrastinate, not only do you fry your dopamine, which makes you bored and not want, like, makes you not want to work as hard, right? But if you're like me, like, I used to self-destruct so bad. I like used to tie my failures to my identity. So if I messed up, I wouldn't say I messed up. I would say I'm a mistake, basically. And so every time, let's say you procrastinate, that also might ruin your self-esteem, as it did for me. And so if you have low self-esteem and low self-worth, you're going to be like sad all the time, and you're going to take that sadness into anything that you do. And so shaitan's goal isn't to get you just to do the bad habits. It's to get you to believe what he's going to tell you after you do the bad habits. See, because he also understands that once you do the bad habits, you procrastinate, then that's an evidence that he can use against you. And so what thoughts do you end up having after? If you're like me, well, shaitan gets us all, doesn't he? But if you're like me, you get thoughts like, you're not good enough. You're a loser. You messed up once. Might as well start tomorrow, you loser. Do you understand though? Like, you're sitting there being sad. It's shaitan's way of making you lose motivation. That's what he wants. He's putting you in a position of weakness. The second concept to explain the fact that there is no procrastination, there is only shaitan, is that shaitan is a master at human psychology. Interestingly enough, you are a master at procrastination. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. There's a quote from the book The Art of War that I really like, and it says that if you don't know your enemy and you don't know yourself, you will lose. If you know your enemy but you don't know yourself, you will win some and lose some. And if you don't know your enemy but you know yourself, you will win some and lose some. Therefore, you need to understand your enemy and yourself for inshallah to win. Because you have to understand that Shaytaan has been around, all right, longer than me and you. He's been studying human psychology since the beginning of human creation. So it comes both ways. You need to understand yourself and Shaytan's tricks. It's kind of like chess. If you don't understand the game, Shaytan is just gonna keep checkmating you. You have to see the move coming before it comes. See what I mean?
قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ولا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين.
Pause that ayah real quick if you didn't read the translation. What I want you to understand is that Shaytan does not give up. So why are you? In Ibn al-Qayyim's book, rahimahullah, he says that the interpretation behind Shaytan coming from behind, it means that he will awaken your desires for worldly things, for things that are in the dunya. And you might be like, okay, like can you agree for a second that social media, video games, junk food are all a part of the dunya, even though they're halal? Even though they're halal. That's the crazy part. Then you might think like, okay, I'm not doing the haram stuff. Why can't I just enjoy these things? Like, these are halal. There's nothing wrong with it. I used to think that all the time. But the thing is, you're focusing still on the instant gratification, what you'll get from it, what you'll get out of it now. But Shaytan, as a master at human psychology, he's planning 5 steps ahead. So again, what it might look like is, if you use social media, that's just a mechanism for him to use against you as the first part of his plan, right? Because like if you were like me, used to self-destruct, blah blah blah. I didn't even want to use social media, but I found myself using social media to procrastinate when I had other stuff to do. Step 1 of Shaytan's plan is social media. Step 2, make him sad. Step 3, no motivation to do anything good. Step 4, like it keeps going. See, he's already got the plan laid out. He's even willing to wait years for his plan to work. All right? I want to tie this to the third concept, that Shaytan, even himself, is able to delay gratification. He's willing to wait years to get you to be at your weakest. Years. And if Shaytan can delay gratification, why can't you? Even Shaytan is taking it one day at a time to slowly get you to be misguided. So why aren't you slowly improving each day? Your ego is getting in the way. And even that, Shaytan is whispering to your ego. Boom, another trick of Shaytan. Exposed. He boosts your ego to make you think that you can do more, that you can handle more, right? You end up doing nothing and procrastinate anyway. And then that also ties to your sadness. So what are you doing? I want to give a quick example about this. Let's say you have 10 boxes stacked on top of each other. All right? And what your ego is saying is you can do it all at once. You can carry them all. Carry them all. It's light work. So you lift the bottom box, thinking that you can do it. Not only is it going to be heavier, not only are you going to have to also balance the boxes from falling, all right? But most likely, the boxes stacked on top are going to fall off, all right? So your ego literally just deluded you into thinking that you can carry it. Like, no person who has common sense, like if you've seen a bunch of boxes stacked on top of each other, you're not going to pick it up from the bottom. It's common sense. It's a fact that you should, one box at a time. It just makes sense. And so it's that same flawed thinking that you're applying to your productivity. You think that you can do all of your stuff on the to-do list. You can make as much progress as possible, as fast as possible. Like, you're basically saying, give me all the workload. I can do it. And you end up doing nothing anyway. So it's a delusion from Shaytan. And it's your big fat ego getting in the way of you simply just taking one box off at a time. Taking it one day at a time. right? It's the small, consistent improvements that will make you the progress, inshallah. And those were the three concepts that I really wanted to share with you today to kind of expose some of Shaytan's tricks and to increase your awareness of your enemy. Because this is a war, and it's even harder that it's an unseen war. Okay? I hope this video helped you, inshallah. And that's it for today. Assalamu alaikum.